Everyone around us is talking about embracing change and adapting, but very few people can actually get into the details of what you need to do today. Change looks very, very different in every single area of our lives, but today we are going to get into the nitty gritty. For example, when it comes to change in my workspace or my professional life, I am such a risk taker. But step into my personal realm, and as many of my friends will tell you, I live in a bubble and I am basically the exact opposite. I don't like any change in my personal life whatsoever. I am always trying to get better, but the point is that we can be comfortable about change in some areas of our lives and not others, and that is totally okay. What's most important in that process is that you're really self aware. You are observant about when you are a certain way and when you're not, to get more deeper insights into why, because that's the only way you can figure out how you're going to take that next step forward. So today, I want to talk about adaptability in a time where AI just continues to take over, it seems, and really reshape our world in so many different aspects. So our ability to adapt in that environment is going to become essential. Today, I want to be able to get into how we can embrace these changes, not just to survive, but be happy and thrive in a world where we are living alongside AI. And it seems like no matter how hard you try, it's just impossible to escape it infiltrating pretty much every single area of your life. And it really reminds me of cell phones. The Nokia phone and the BlackBerry phone were one thing, but when we started to get into the phones where you could download games like Words with Friends, believe it or not, I was the most resistant person. I was that person at a party where everyone was playing Words with Friends and talking about, all the different things they were doing, and I was the one who was like, this is ruining our society, this is ruining how we socialize. And I was actually the last of all of my friends to go out and actually get a smartphone, even though at work I was using iPads and I was using phones and I was using computers and all this other technology. So in today's situation, I want to acknowledge that AI is not this like futuristic concept. It's actually a big part of our present reality, and it's influencing everything from how we work to how we interact to how we learn. And this rapid integration of AI into our lives is really bringing about a lot of change, and it's challenging us to be flexible, to be open-minded, and to be more curious about what's possible. The problem, though, is that adapting to change, especially at this rate and pace, is daunting. It's overwhelming, and it's not even something that we're choosing. It's something that is creating a lot of uncertainty about the future, especially when we're faced with like new technologies that are changing our routines and are changing our very traditional landscapes. However, our aspiration is to see these changes not as hurdles, but as opportunities. Embracing AI and the type of change it can bring means also being able to recognize the areas and potential for growth, for innovation, and a better quality of life, which is going to look very different and be a very different conversation based on what country you're living in. But this time is really also about staying curious, continuously learning and finding ways to integrate AI into our lives that allows us to have more control over what's happening, so that it really enhances the human experiences and not take away from them. So today, as you edit, cut, and paste your daily prompt, I want us all to become more skilled at using generative AI technologies. It's really the driving motivation behind this short daily podcast. And I want you to consider the concept today of lifelong learning, which we talk about a lot, but it's extremely important right now because as AI reshapes industries, job roles, the willingness to be able to invest in your own learning, learning new skills, being able to adapt and try different methods is invaluable. I want you to think of AI as a very dynamic landscape, one that requires us to constantly be exploring, discovering, and adapting, but also having a really strong filter for what we need to know and what we don't really need to know. I want you to reflect on your current approach to the changes that are being brought about by AI. Are there areas where you feel resistant more so than other areas? Identify these and consider how maybe reframing your perspective could maybe change the approach that you're taking for how you're interacting with it and how you're feeling about it. So for instance, If you find yourself kind of nervous about AI tools at work, try seeing them more as a new member of your team who can help you with your professional development, allow you to build new skills and do things that maybe previously you had wanted to do but didn't have the time or resources or just knowledge to figure out how. I want you to imagine a future where you're not just keeping up with AI advancements, but you're leveraging them for your own growth and for your own opportunities. What steps can you take today to start this journey of embracing and adapting to change? These episodes are for you as much as they are for me. And it's really this reminder that change is a constant. And in an AI world, our ability to adapt really is going to ultimately define our path to success, whatever that means to you or anyone else. I want us to be able to embrace these changes with an open mind, open heart, and a curious mind. So stay adaptable, friends, stay resilient, and as always, share your stories. How are you using these Spark prompts? How are these Spark prompts helping you? I want to hear all about it.